Today we'll be making a beat using Koala Sampler and some samples that I've grabbed from this vinyl record here, The Past is Prologue. Let's go. First thing we're going to do is go ahead and create a new song. I am going to start off with the drums. I think I might go with a loop from the vinyl drum vault. That one has a pretty sweet groove to it. See if I want to pitch it down or not, or even up. I like 4 semitones down, that's pretty cool. Just go over here, set the tempo. I'm gonna go stretch. This is gonna go to bus A. Gonna enable the EQ. I like the punchiness of the kick, but I think I'm gonna go and reinforce it with a one shot. The snare's just a little bit too sort of mid-range focus, so did that little cut there, which is nice. And just bring up a little bit of the highs. Make those hi-hats sing a bit more. Just changing the BPM a little bit. And then I'm gonna go ahead and get some one shots. Just a nice simple kick. Bring out the lowness. Got that in. Fix up some of those sloppy hits. And then because the loop is out a little bit, I actually want to turn snapping off and put this on free so that I can more easily move it around to get it on point. Also want to put an extra one in there, get the double hit. This kick is going to be on its own bus. Now let's go over to our vinyl samples. A full sample that we'll need to chop up. Got some organ in there. Sound effects.
Good evening, friends of the inner sanctum.
And some narration as well.
Close your eyes and ease yourself in.
So what I'm hoping to be able to do is to utilize Koala's split stems function and see what happens. So there's no drums and there's no bass, so it's just vocals and other. And we'll let it do its magic and see what it gives us. All right, so vocals.
I'm awfully sorry, but the Visiting Ghosts Good Health Club is having a reunion
Not terrible.
party here tonight, and we're all
Still a
out
little bit
sitting
of
space.
the organ in the background there. But what we can do, chuck this to bus D, do some filtering.
Or if you can't stand it, why don't you just drop down? Good evening, friends of the inner sanctum.
Probably the best we're going to do. Let's have a look at what it's done with the organ. Might give it another go. And this time go other and bass. I'm wondering if we can get it to split up the sort of chords that it holds and then the sort of slightly walking bass note. Let's see. Chuck the volume up. There's like the bass frequencies of the voice. But some of the organ chords as well. Interesting. I don't know if it's usable or not, but let's see what we can do with it. I'm gonna chop up the other, which is our organ first. I'm gonna go to Tools, Auto Chop, I'm gonna go Lazy. I'm gonna go Choke Group 1. All right, go ahead, hit chop. That's a pretty cool micro loop, actually. Let's get the beat going and see what we reckon. Hell yeah. This is already cooking up something pretty good, I reckon. Now, before I go ahead and do anything with the first set of samples, I want to see if this bass track is going to be usable or not. I can potentially boost the absolute living hell out of frequencies. I guess like those long notes, I could potentially take them. There is a pretty good some release, some tone, pitch it back down. That's cool. I could then even go ahead. Let's get actually in there. Let's go stretch. Let's go 1 bar. That could be pretty cool. We're gonna hit the keyboard, choose the bass. Before we can do that, we have to resample that. So to resample, we need to go mic. We're going to go resample main. We're then going to hold this down, push up so it's recording. All right, and there's our resampled track. Could be interesting, could work. We'll have to see. I definitely think I want to do like a micro loop of this one. What I want to do first, actually, because this is going to be its own sort of sound, I want to take it out of the choke group because it's almost going to be more like atmospheric in a way. Take a little bit of the harshness out. This one's going to go to bus D. We can probably get rid of some of that low end, some of that sort of prickly top end. All right, let's get that recorded in. Cool. I just want to go ahead and put some... I want reverb or delay? It's a little bit of delay on there. With that, I'm then going to go back to sample. I want to select all the other sounds. Maybe not these two, because these could work as like a little melodic thing later on for maybe like a B or a C section. But all these I want for now like this. If I go to mix, I want to send all of these to bus C. I reckon that'll be intro. I'm going to start sequencing things. So I think I got a bit of an idea for an A and a B section. I definitely want to turn quantizing off. I'm definitely just going to be playing along to the feel of the beat, which again is slightly off. I also want to just come in and edit these ones. I think I kind of only want this maybe hitting once, twice every bar. Actually, maybe even once, because the delay does a lot of work as well. Yeah, that's cool. Come in, clean some of these up. Like, I don't mind this one being late, but this one on beat 4, definitely too late. This one on beat 3 being so late, but then this one on beat 4 being on time adds this like nice little sense of urgency. So little things like that where not having them perfectly on time is actually really nice, and just using your ears, listening before making changes. Like this one, I should have left it where it was. But then beat 3 here being a little bit late is actually pretty cool. Just gives you this sort of weird warped feel, which is going to work well for this track. Yeah, that's too late on beat 3 there. That should be there. That's cool. And then these are just out of time. Hell yeah. Cool. So that's kind of our A section. We're going to do a B section now where we keep pretty much everything except that main line. And then this is actually even a pretty cool B section as well. I might keep that. And then we want to go back to here. I want to push the volume on these up. I'll probably want to see if I can stretch. That works. Cleaning it up. I think an artifact of the sample splitting is sort of like that weird fluttering, which we can try and remove it. The fluttering does have its own sort of charm anyway as well. But that at least isolates more the notes that we want. Then we want to do same thing here. Actually, I don't like the stretching on. I want to go ahead and send these two to bus D. So it's going through that delay as well. I might actually go ahead and change the choke groups for these three. Put them all on the same choke group. Because what that does is it's going to choke the sample, but because the delay is doing so much work, you still get the tail of the delay on both of these, which is really nice. So you don't, you no longer get the main sound of the sample, but you still get the nice delay tail. I also maybe want to use this other sample here. I want to go ahead and try and stretch that out. I might go ahead and do some filtering because these sounds are coming through pretty loud and prominent, like with their note value in particular around that 1K. So I'm thinking if I sort of carve out, that'll give enough room for those higher ones to sit in there really nicely. Going to go ahead and shuffle these over because these are now hitting in line with another sample. I think having them no longer set on the grid like they were before, but at the same time as the other sample will just sort of help overall keep things nice and groovy. So I've got my sort of intro, A section, B1 and B2 section. I think I want to go ahead and see if I can use this bass now. I'm just going to play around for a bit and see if I can get it to work. That's cool. That's awesome. This is sick. All right, I think what I want to do is take this first section. I'm going to double it up. Nice. So I just want to go ahead, get rid of that one there. I like having this, but it's the wrong note. I think it should have been down. Yeah, these should be they should be short, not long. Tidy these up a touch. That's slightly too long. That one's also slightly too long. Everything should be in its right place. I actually really like that being off as well. That's cool. Sick. Okay. Next thing I want to do is I want to go to bus C, sidechain. Our sidechain is going to be bus B, and it's just going to pump every time those sort of auxiliary reinforcement kicks kick in. If we hear it with everything, yeah, faster release. That's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. What I want to do now is go to my vocals and start chopping them up. Auto chop. chop those.
Good evening. Ease. Of course, you're to visit.
Because it's got this sort of spooky vibe to it, I think pitching the vocals in different pitches will be interesting.
Good evening, friend. Ease yourself. Of course, you're invited. The welcome mat is out for you.
I'm gonna go and set this to autoplay. And then just play around. Hell yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. What I'm not happy with is I've just realized I didn't light my candle this whole time. So what I'm gonna do now is take it from the top, perform the song in, get it down and recorded, and then that's the beat done.
Good evening, friends of the inner sanctum. Of course, you're invited. The welcome mat is out for you. Ease yourself in. Sorry, but we're all out of sitting space. Where can you stand? Well, you can stand in awe, stand aghast, or stand rooted to the spot. Or if you can't, why don't you just drop down? I'm awfully sorry. Close your eyes. Well, you can close your eyes and ease yourself in. Close your eyes. Well, you can. Why don't you just drop down? Close your eyes
Alright, there we go. That's the beat all done. I'm really happy with how this one turned out, but let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of it. And you'll catch me in the next one.